Hello everyone, I'm Griledchikenman and welcome back to my garage, to Grill's Garage. Okay, so it's not my garage yet, I'm still paying the bank back for it, but if I actually had to do that, which I don't in this game, I don't have to owe the bank money, which is nice. But anyway, so yeah, we're back in Car Mechanic Simulator. Now, I bought this game a few weeks ago, kind of as a joke. And like I said in my last video, it was mainly just to see what kind of ridiculousness this sim could get up to, and just how ridiculous the actual title sounded. But I gotta admit, after 3 weeks into it, I'm actually really enjoying it. So, as you saw in the last video, you can fix cars. People will call you and say, hey, I need my car fixed. And they'll send it to you, and you'll fix it and send it back and get paid for it. And as you can see, I have a lot of orders sitting here waiting on me to pick them up as well. So, well, that's a nice looking car there, and we got even got an old Jeep to fix. But that's not what I'm making this video about today. The other half of this game is buying and renovating classic cars. You can find them in barns, junkyards, auctions, car sales, things like that. And you purchase them and bring them back to your shop and you restore them to new, like factory default new, and sell them for big money. I'm talking like $100,000 or more. Of course, not quite the same as the market value in real life, but oh yeah, and I forgot, I got to upgrade to my garage here. Got me some expanded office space here, and another lift kit here, and I have a warehouse to keep all my junk in. So yeah, great. Getting bigger, getting more stuff to work with, and more things I can do to vehicles. So yeah, we're gonna go buy a classic car, and I decided to make a little like a video log of this, because this is my first time doing this. So we're gonna go to the gate here and bring up our map. This is our map. This has the test track, which we used in the last video, and I almost totaled the car we were fixing because I can't drive with crap. But anyway, you see, you have the car salon, which is where you buy new cars, junkyard, where you find, I guess, really torn up cars, I would assume. And then you have these little blue dots right here that are barns. And each of these barns have vehicles in them in varying conditions, that you could purchase from the owner of the barn and bring back to your shop to repair. So that's what we're going to go into a barn and see if we can find us a nice car to fix up. Maybe a truck. It'd be great to see a truck in here, like an old 1950s Chevy or something. So we'll just pick any barn, because I don't have a clue what's in them. You never know what's in them. You get the maps for these barns as rewards for completing jobs. So when you start the game, you have none of these barns on there. So all of these I've gotten from completing jobs. So, and it costs a little bit of money to travel, so we're going to travel. And of course, we have to wait through a little bit of a loading screen. So let's let that go through. But yeah, I mean, this game is just so detailed in what it does and everything. I mean, I'm still being impressed by it. Just new things that I found I could do. I didn't realize I could build an entire engine from scratch. That's pretty awesome. You can literally buy the parts and start piecing the engine together on the engine rack. Yeah, to just put in a vehicle. It's great. So yeah, we're in the barn here. So this is the barn that we chose. And looks like there's only one car in this one. No, oh, look at here. Look what we found. I was just saying I'd love to see an old 1950s truck, and look what we managed to find. An old 1950s truck. Is it wooden? Oh, it doesn't have the wooden bed in it, but still, that's awesome. Looks like Smith. I think Smith is their non-copyrighted version of Ford. So I think this is an old Ford. They're supposed to resemble an old Ford. So yeah. Ah, we found it. Okay, so to purchase one of these, I'm assuming we just hit the this pie menu. Here we go. So now I can see how much they want to charge me for this. So they're only charging $15,000 for this old thing. That is awesome. I wonder how much I can make off of it. We're gonna buy it. We're totally gonna buy it. Yeah, we're definitely buying it. Oh yeah, we bought it. So we're gonna go ahead and stick it in the garage. And now, looks like we have, oh, what's this? Search. Oh, whoa, look at this. All these parts are in really bad condition, but these have parts in them. I'll take that case. I wonder if you have to pay for this before you leave. Look at that. Jeep Wrangler front bumper at 94%. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, we'll take a look at this car. Looks like there might be... maybe not. Let's see what else is in here. A few things. So, yeah, it looks like all you can loot, get loot out of these as well. I didn't know you could do that. Interesting. So, yeah, okay. Oh, here's something else. Let's see what's in here. We're not too worried about that. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Let's see how much this thing is going for. So this one is an old Mazda. Apparently they got the rights to use the names of some of the older vehicles in here. So this is an old Mazda, the RX-3. I have no idea what year it is. I'm not very big on Mazdas and foreign cars and things like that, so I don't know a whole lot about them. But anyway, it looks like an older car, and they're wanting about $25,000 for it. You know what, we're just going to work on the truck for now. We're not going to worry about this. So yeah, let's see, how do we get out of here? There we go. Okay, so we're going to go to garage. Oh, okay, yeah. I was curious if you had to pay for this. So yeah, apparently you have to pay for the parts that you take with you. Makes sense. This barn is somebody's private property, but I mean, hey, they're willing to sell us the junk that we find. Great. So anyway, yeah, we'll take this case. I'll take it for $200, no problem. So now we're coming back to the garage, and we can start taking a look at everything that this truck needs to be fixed. And I'm really excited about this because I've been wanting to fix up an old truck since I got commissioned to fix one. Needed a new body, front end on it and stuff. I put on there about a week ago, and I've been wanting to get one to fix it up. And look at there, the very first barn we go into, we found one. That's awesome. All right. Oh, look at it. Ah, it's so nice. I've always wanted one of these in real life. I love these old trucks. Yeah, this engine looks shot. I wonder if it'll even crank up. Let's see, will it even crank? Oh, looks like we're missing a driver's seat too. Okay. Very well. Let's see. Looks like Smith 1500. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like let's see. Let's do some tests on the engine here. I don't know if it'll crank. We'll find out. Test the electronics first. Just see what's wrong with that. Alright, so we'll get a readout. Looks like the alternator's bad. Carburetor needs to be replaced. Battery's kind of so-so, which I'm really surprised sitting in there for so long that battery's still in that good condition. Starter needs to be replaced. So there's one test we can perform. Compression test. Oh, so we don't even have a complete engine here. So let's see, what are we missing? Let's see, looks like we're missing ignition wires. Looks like we're missing a fuel filter. Nope, no, that's an ignition coil. Where's the fuel filter? There it is. Okay, so we are missing the fuel filter. And we're missing the ignition coil, which probably won't crank up. There's our fuel pump. Now, I don't know if this thing will even crank when we put these two back on it, but let's go ahead and get a fuel filter and an ignition coil and throw it on there, just see if we can get it to crank up. So we're going to go to our tablet. I know, right, I have a tablet now. I didn't have that the first video I made. Or did I? I don't think I did. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, I'm all caught up to the modern age now. I have a tablet to order parts on. So yeah. So let's see, we're looking for a fuel filter. And everything in here is in alphabetical order. There's our fuel filter. And then we were looking for an ignition coil. This one. Okay, so let's slap these two on and see if we can get it to crank up. Oh, and we need the ignition wires. I forgot to get those. Let's go ahead and put the ignition coil on, and let's put the fuel filter on. Okay. Alright, and then I need ignition wires, and these are 16B ignition wires. So let's get some ignition wires. Let's see. 16B. There we go. That's what we need for ignition wires. So let's go ahead and slap those on. Okay, now let's see if it'll crank. And the easiest way to do that is to do a compression test. And still something is not finished. Okay, so what are we missing? I guess the best thing to do is go ahead and tear the engine out of it. So let's I was really wanting to kind of put it on the test track. Oh yeah, we have a test track now. Right here. Ta-da! I know this building does not look this big, does it? Doesn't look like it goes back that far, but it really does, so yeah. Okay. So yeah, we have a test track. Test the brakes and the suspension and that kind of thing. So I guess we need to get the motor working first. So let's go ahead and get it, let's move it. And let's move it onto the car lifter. And let's go ahead and pick it up slightly off the ground. Well, actually, I'm going to have to pick it all the way up off the ground. And I'm going to take the starter off. No, I don't want to look at the cooling. I'm sure that needs to be replaced too. Let's see. Where's the starter? Is that the starter? There's the starter. Okay, we have to take the starter off or we can take the gearbox off. So that's got to go first. Let's see. Not really sure what else we have to take off. We'll take the engine crane over and see what else it needs us to take off. I know I'm going to take the gearbox off. Probably should have closed the hood. There we go. Alright. So let's get the... Well, we got to take this off first. Alright, looks like the drive shaft's in kind of so-so condition. I kind of want to take everything on here back to factory settings, so I'm probably going to be replacing pretty much everything inside this. Let's see. We'll go ahead and take that off. And we'll take these off. And take the clutch plate off. And the flywheel off. Okay, so probably gonna have to take the exhaust off as well. Not the whole exhaust, just the front. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off anyway. That's really bad off. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and take the whole thing off. So, yeah. Let's see. Alright. You know, the underside of this thing looks remarkably clean. I figured there'd be a lot of dirt and dust up on there, but there really isn't. So we can take that off. I think that should be everything holding the engine now. Let's see. Alright, let's see if we can get the engine out. I'll take a look at it. Alright. So let's get the engine out. Oh, yep, there we go. So our engine is out, and somehow or another, it's in my pocket. Yeah, somehow I fit an entire engine in my pocket. I don't know how I did that. But anyway, here's the engine. Oh boy, this thing looks like it has seen better days, but that's okay. That's why we are here. We're going to fix it. So I guess we'll go ahead and just start tearing pieces off and see what needs to be replaced. Honestly, I may just rebuild it from scratch. Just sell the whole engine and rebuild all of it from scratch. So new engine block, oil pan, looks like it's all 16B. What about the headers? Head cover 16B. Yeah, engine cover 16B. So it looks like all of this is 16B. So I might just actually start from scratch and we'll remake the entire engine. I haven't done that yet, so that'll be interesting. So let's see. We need to go to engine blocks. Engine blocks. There we go. Engine blocks. I'm looking for 16B right there. And then we need engine head 16B. Oh, that's the engine head cover. Where's the engine head? Engine head. Another thing I'm a little unsure about, and well, I'm not sure where the 16. You know what? We just bought the head, didn't we? We didn't buy the block. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, this is gonna be my first time building an engine from scratch. So yeah, just bear with me. So create new engine. Let's see. We need to create a. I wonder if we could make a stronger engine and put it in this. I'm curious about that. Like if we took could we put a V8 in that truck so it runs faster? That would be awesome. I don't know if it'll let us do that though. I mean, you can in real life, but I don't know if the game's going to work that way. So this is the base engine that we would be building. So we'll go ahead and select that, and yeah, let's. There we go. Okay. So well, here's our engine. Ta-da! It's the new invisible engine. Yeah, I know, right? So let's go ahead and get an engine block. I got our engine block right there. And let's see. So this is our basic engine block. We have a lot of things to put in here. I mean a lot of things. So, okay, so first things first, let's flip her upside down. We need to get the pistons. Well, we need to put the pistons in from the top. So it's a 6-cylinder, so we need 6. I'm assuming. Yeah, let's see. Well, apparently I need a crankshaft first. That would probably make things work a little bit better, wouldn't it? Alright, so 16B crankshaft. Looks like everything's 16B when it comes to that. Alright, crankshaft 16B. There we go. There we go. Crankshaft. Let's see. Probably hope I was in the right mode. Okay. Crankshaft. Now. There we go. Now we need just straight pistons with conrods. We need 6 of those. So. And here's our crankshaft gearing caps. I'm not sure if we need those. We'll find out when we flip it over. But I gotta go down and find our pistons next. So. Oh, I think I passed them. Yep, there we go. So we're gonna need 6 of these things. Oh, you know what? And I need to get the correct piston rings to go with it. These right here should go with what I just bought. There we go. Okay. Now we can go back into the engine and get the pistons in there. Let's see. Okay. Piston ring. There's one. I want to go down there. Down there. Come on, work with me here. There we go. There's 2. This is going to look so nice when I'm done. And it's going to run like the wind. Or something kind of like the wind, I guess. Anyway, so yeah. Well, can't see it. There it is. And I really like how it shows the pistons at different varying heights depending on the where the crankshaft is at. That's really neat. So it's just, like I said, the levels of detail they went into with this game is just excellent. So we're going to flip her over so we can see down inside of it. And now this is our crankshaft with our pistons attached to it. I'm not sure. Let's see. And we need our camshaft. And looks like it's just piston rod caps. I think that's everything. Nope. Yeah, we need the crankshaft bearing caps as well. So looks like crankshaft bearing caps, rod caps, and one camshaft. The camshaft is 16B, like everything else is on here. Alright, so we need rod caps, that would be down. I guess we need 6 rod caps. Those go on the end of our pistons. And then we need, let's see, camshaft 16B. There we go. And we need, what do we need? Crankshaft bearing caps. That one. I'm not quite sure how many of those we need. I'm going to just buy, we'll buy 6 because I'm not 100% sure. We could sell them back if we don't need them. So we can get the bottom of this whole thing put together. So we'll put the camshaft in, and we'll put the rod caps on. And of course with this game you can kind of click on it once and zoom in a little closer to see what you're doing. Like that. And here's our crankshaft bearing caps. So bolt all of them down. And there we go. There. And I think I missed some in the back, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That's okay, we'll get this in and then we'll go back over. And I also had to put our, well, that's the flywheel. I can get to that from the outside in the back there. I don't have to, can't really access it from this side. So, like I said, click once and it'll pull you over where you can see it a lot better. So, it looks like I bought one too many, but that's okay. Just enough rod caps though. Just enough for the rod caps. So very nice there. I bought one too many of the bearing caps. Alright, there's a whole bottom. And now we can actually put the oil pan on if we wanted to. So that's pretty much everything that goes in the bottom of this thing is in. So, so yeah, for those that don't know, this is the actual part of the vehicle that pushes the, that turns the drive shaft. And when you push the go pedal, yeah, the long one, when you push it and it goes vroom vroom, yeah, these turn faster and they make the they come out of this end right here, and it turns the gears. Gears turn more gears. Very 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 dumbed down version. This is what makes your car go. So yeah, I'm not a mechanic. I don't claim to be a mechanic, but I know the basics of how vehicles work. So. And I'm sure all of you already knew that. You probably know a lot more about it than I do anyway, so it's okay. So, next would be, we can go ahead and buy the oil pan, and then we got to start working on the headers and the timing and all that stuff. So, let's go ahead and get the oil pan on. Probably 16B like everything else has been. And 16B, okay. So the oil pan, when you change your car's oil, this is where it goes. I know you pour it in from the top, but it goes down through the engine into the bottom, and this is where it ends up. I guess that's part of the oil pan. The drain screw, I guess, is part of the actual oil pan itself. Okay, that works. Less for me to worry about screwing in there. Okay. So we'll flip it back over, right side up, and now we have our basic engine block put together. Have our oil pan, the block, and the header up on top of the block. So yeah. And then now we can put the actual, well, now we're putting the head on. Like I said, I'm sure people know a lot more about it than I do. So here we have our engine head is on. And you see all the other things that go into just making just the engine block itself. It's a lot. But yeah, So let's go ahead and start seeing what else we need. We need an ignition distributor. We need a fuel pump 16B, ignition coil Bravo, and a fuel filter 16. Is that oil filter? Well, we do need a fuel filter. I think that was up here. Yeah, fuel filter. And we're going to need an exhaust manifold, and that, of course, is 16B like everything else has been. That's our water pump, 16B, and here's our cam gear. That's a 16B. So let's go ahead and get our cam gear and everything else that we need. Let's see. So we need cam gear, 16 Bravo. Let's see, 16 Bravo. There we go. Alright, so now that we have our cam gear, we can slap that on there. Ooh, there we go. We'll go ahead and put our cam gear on, because that should give us access to our timing chain, and that, of course, is also 16B. But we can buy the rest of these as well. One thing I wish they had added was the ability to add things to your shopping list, because you actually have a shopping list. You have a shopping list that you can put in, but you have to do it from the your inventory. You need pieces from your inventory to do that. So yeah, you can see I have a couple of crates I haven't opened, the one that we bought just earlier and everything. Don't need that extra bearing cap there, we used that. But I have all this that I've replaced with new stuff, and I need to get rid of it. But the problem is you can't just click add to shopping list. See, you hit add to shopping list and it doesn't put it. You have to individually put each part. Like if I put drive shaft, you see up in the top left, added to list. So then you can go to your list, and there you go. It's on your list, and you can pop that up while you're shopping. But you can't do it if you're creating something from scratch like this. So it makes it a little bit slower going. But you know what? That's okay. And to be honest, we really don't need this, so we'll sell it. And we just made $1,000 off of it. I'm sure we're going to spend a whole lot more than that putting it together. You can also sell, just sell en masse, so we'll sell everything below 20%. And then we can sell the rest of the stuff below 50%. Because there's a few things we don't want to sell, so. So there we go. And like, we don't really need that, and we'll get rid of it. And we don't need that either. And there's our engine head cover once we get everything on it. And also, not sure if I opened one of these in the last video, but basically you just open up the case and it gives you some stuff, and honestly, some of it could be useful. Like, here we go. Look at it, looks like 2 fuel rails and a fuel filter with a higher quality fuel filter. So we could actually take that fuel filter we just got and we could put it on this engine. So let's do that. Here's the fuel filter floating up in here, floating up in the air all by itself. And there we go. There's the new pretty little red fuel filter we just got, plus 2 to quality, which means that it breaks down slower and it runs better, which is in turn makes your vehicle run better. So so the other big thing is, you see here where we have these valve push rods. Looks like we're going to need 1, 2, 3, because these have rocker arms that go on top of them too, but we've got to put the push rods in before we can do that. So we need 2, 4, 6, so 12 valve push arms, 6 spark plugs. So let's start getting those. I know I said I was going to get the parts for the outside, but yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. So we're at least going to get the engine head cap on today before we stop. So let's get our spark plugs first. Gotta have spark plugs. Kind of hard to crank up a vehicle without those. We need 6 of those. And then we're gonna go back down. Oh, and I can go ahead and grab the timing chain while I'm down here. 16 Bravo. There we go. And I'll eventually need a timing cover too. So let's go ahead and snag that as well. That'll be a 16B as well, I'm sure. So yeah, here we go. Valve push rods. So we need 12 of these bad boys. Looks like I can only buy 10 at a time, so there's 12. Okay, so now we have the spark plugs, so we'll go ahead and put those in first. And well, probably help if I was actually looking at it. And I guess since we're zoomed in here, we'll go ahead and put the push rods in. There's one, and now you can see the rocker heads pop up, or the rocker arms pop up here. So I gotta go buy, looks like 6 rocker arms. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get all these push rods in here. Alright. And we'll move over to the other side. We get 2 more of these to get in here. And then we'll have to buy 12 rocker arms. Put that on top, and then we should be able to get the cap on. Like I said, that'll be a good stopping place for this first video log here. I'm not real sure how long I've actually been doing this, but I mean, hey, you know, I can break it up as I need to. So there we go. So now I need 12 rocker arms. So let's get our rocker arms next. It'll be up here in the R's, and I guess we can go ahead and throw on that timing chain and everything as well. Rocker, there we go, rocker arms. It looks like I can only buy 10 at a time, so I get 10 and 2, and then we'll put the rocker arms on. And I like how the actual screws that you put the rocker arms in, or anything that goes on there that has screws, I like how the screw just automatically comes with it, so you don't have to buy the screw separate and, you know, realize, oops, I didn't buy enough screws. Because anybody who's fixed a car or replaced something on a car and bought just the part and then had to go back and buy bolts. I don't know why I was just calling that screws, but I had to go back and buy bolts knows exactly what I mean by that. That was, it's annoying. So yeah. There we go. We'll get the rest of these rocker arms on. But I mean, another nice thing is, you know, like I said, I've done simple stuff on a vehicle, and I like to kind of, you know, like I said, a bit of a shade tree mechanic. I don't do this kind of, never done anything this extensive before in real life, but yeah. So there's our engine head cover. We can go ahead and put that on. There we go. This thing's coming together nicely already. Look at that. And to finish up, we will go ahead and get our timing chain and maybe get our timing cover on. Yes, we can. There we go. There's our timing cover. Alright, so is this engine coming together or what? Look at that. Looks like I have an arm here. But anyway, I think that's a good stopping point for today. So we got the engine, we have the engine about, I'd say roughly halfway put together. And we started it from scratch, so I mean it's pretty nice. And like I said, one day I would like to see if I could build an engine that originally did not come into the vehicle and put it into the vehicle and see, like maybe put like a V8 into this old Chevy or something like that. That would be awesome. But who knows what you can do. I'm finding new stuff out every single day. So yeah. Thank you all very much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this first episode. Looking forward to making some more. Looking forward to working on this truck some more. The only thing I can't do as of right now, I can't paint it. So that's kind of a bummer there. Because you see here, I have to get to level 30 to unlock the paint shop. So I can't paint it yet. So that's the one downside. Wish you could unlock at least, you know, like a you know, maybe like an outdoor paint spray painter or something, so you could paint vehicles before level 30. I mean, 30 is a pretty high bar, but anyway, you know what? All in all, for 30 bucks, actually I paid 20 for it. So for 20 bucks, this game has been excellent. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep enjoying it, and look forward to coming back and working on this truck some more tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thank you all for watching, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, keep laughing.